So, welcome back guys to another episode of my devlog series. This week we are actually in, Minecraft, as you can see in my house, work in progress, with chests around here. So the reason for that is actually because, last week not a ton has happened actually. Obviously we launched a Discord, and 2 days later the Minecraft server here that we're on right now. And if you want to join, you can actually do that. You could just to the Discord server, link in the description down below, and there you can also join the Minecraft server SMP Vanilla. We are here building a nice medieval map here on Spawn, actually. Medieval town. It's like a pretty nice island actually. Like this plains biome, then back there some extreme hills. Some like little forest plains back there, and then it's a nice island, but with like other land nearby. And I have this gorgeous view on these mountains over there. There were actually a couple things of programming that we did. So Explorer has over the past weeks written like the entire Pixteria website, like the structure for that. This, by the way, his house looks super nice. Also a little bit more done than mine, but whatever. So we integrated that. He now finally is also working in GitHub correctly. So that's all in its own branch right now. And I did a lot of refactoring work on the web server component. And this is all now, I would say, properly working. At least I hope so. I mean, you never really know. Because he has like one web server, but if you go through my URL, the tixi.club, then you should see one page, and if you just go on pixteria.com, you should see another page. And so I had to build like all logic behind that kind of differentiates between that. And I think that's working now pretty well. Except for testing, because when your test is on your own machine now, then you're not using pixteria.com or the tixi.club or anything else. You're using localhost, and that isn't really registered or not really in use. So, but with some tricks, it's possible to work around these issues. And that was kind of like the main kind of work thing. Obviously, like a bit of bug fixing as well, because no launch is 100% perfect. I mean, it did work with it worked pretty well actually. I think it was like all stuff that I could catch before actually like starting and publishing and stuff like that. So it's actually all working pretty nicely now. We had one issue where one morning I saw that there are like I think it was 20,000 informational log entries. So 20,000 is quite a lot actually. So after a little bit of investigation, I found out that that was all due to the YouTube API stuff that checks if I uploaded a new video, and if so, then it posts to Discord essentially. By the way, this back there is bamboo. This stuff is crazy. Like, I haven't played since like 2 years, and this stuff it's just out of this world. I mean, see for yourself. I just planted like a little bit of stuff on the bottom of this. It doesn't spread like horizontally, luckily. Otherwise this entire island would be full at this point, because I did some farming down there. Whatever, it's crazy. So some little debugging with the YouTube API problem. It wasn't like my issue. I think the YouTube API just had some issues, because looking in the Google Cloud console, there were like a lot of 404 errors at that time as well. Or was kind of a weird situation, to be honest. But it fixed itself. That's the good part. And I did some rework of that part now. Boy, these are a lot of pics. Jeez. Now this should not crash anything anymore, which is kind of nice. I'm doing some checking now and seeing like if this is all correct. Because basically before that I was just saying, hey, I just get myself this website thing, and then like it gives you like this JSON which you can then parse into an object, a proper object, and then you can go into the object and say, hey, from the object then it has like an array of items, and you say, hey, the first object from that, and then you go take like that and that and that and that, and if that doesn't exist, then it just crashes basically, because you try to open up something and doesn't exist yet, obviously. So I'm doing now some checking now. There's this object that we just got from the YouTube API. Does this have like this stuff and this stuff in it? Yes or no? And if it doesn't, then just log the error and like don't try and crash. The good thing is that I'm using PM2, which is like the node process manager. So what this does now, it is kind of like checking the application, you could say. So it's like you can get some like monitoring on the application. It checks if the app is like crashed, and if it is crashed, then it just restarts it instead of like, I don't know, just crashing basically. So that's all pretty cool. So it wasn't really a big issue, this all crashing stuff, but it was just like, not great, obviously. Yeah, I think that is actually pretty much all the stuff that we did last week. I mean, it's quite a bit. I also played a lot of Minecraft here, so you can tell. I mean, this is all what I built, obviously, but I did also play a bit of Minecraft. Well, I also was a little bit sick the past week, so I was only on work on Monday. Had some stomach issues, but that's all better now again, so that at least gave me a little bit of time to play Minecraft as well. Although Tuesday I just laid in my bed the entire day, so yeah. Oh, there's a creeper in there. I'm not going to visit that, I think. Whatever they're trying to achieve in there, I don't know. Yeah, so this leaves us talking a bit about next week, I guess. What we'll do next week. Yeah, so the program right now is in a working state. It works, and now it's time to add more functionality, basically. And the problem with adding functionality now is I might break some other functionality while doing so without really realizing it, maybe. Because, yeah, well, when you program something new, then you're obviously always just testing kind of the new thing that you just built in. Yeah, kind of makes sense. You just don't have the time to test if like everything still works. And so the plan is to build like automated testing, essentially, that I can then just run, and then it's like a second script that I run, not the main script, but like a second one, and that just runs like all the testing, like calls a lot of the functions, tries to do tons of stuff to find kind of out if there is like something that's misbehaving, basically. And if there is, then like you get like your error report, and you see like, hey, yeah, this is clearly broken, or hopefully not. So yeah, that's the thing that I want to do next week. This is just a bunch of coding work, probably. Jeez, Hans Winter joined the game. Yeah, nice. This is also a pretty nice house right here, I have to say. Looks super cool. Oh, the chimney up there. Yeah, that's lovely. Oops. Hi. Okay, so yeah. Testing. Well, as I said, it's just a ton of work, because you have to call every function, or almost every function, and just generally do like a ton of stuff. And you don't really have to think a lot about it once you have like the base structure of it going. Yeah, but it's a very important thing. And then I still have, I think, like 19, which we're playing on hard right now, and my iron armor was almost broken. I put all my tools and my stuff away because we were just currently building like another highway. So yeah, but I think we are pretty much done here actually for the day. So yeah, testing. That's just kind of like basic groundwork, so we can add all the other features from my 19 or 20 or so other to-dos. Lots of stuff that has to do with the Discord bot itself, then with the website, the Pixteria website. Oh well, it was online pretty long. Well, so yeah, this is my parrot, by the way. I have no name tag, so he has no name. I think I tried like more than half an hour, 45 minutes, to get this puppy from like the closest jungle back there somewhere back here. It was a real pain. I hate parrots. Like, sure, they can sit on your shoulder or whatever, but as soon as you like jump or something, you can't take him somewhere like that. Whatever. Yeah. Other than that, I think we are pretty much done here now. As I said multiple times, I guess. So see y'all next week. Until then, have a great time. See y'all then. Bye bye.